Hi guys, welcome back to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Max.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Continuing the two-man escapade while
Indeed.
Daz is away for today.
Yeah, it's a day off today, so
Yeah.
just me and Max.
Yeah, and you'll love it. You'll enjoy it, won't you? There you go. We've got some, is it chat history? I believe it's chat history. Chat history, yeah.
Right, good.
We found the channel a few weeks ago, I think, when it was just us two again. We
Yeah.
did the either Weird Death or Weird
That's
Jobs.
right.
Something
Yeah.
like that. And I like the channel. I think it's decent. I think at least the animation is creative.
Yeah, no, very much so, yeah,
As you
it's
can tell
good.
with the opening frame here.
Yeah.
A little bit bonkers. But this is why you wouldn't survive in ancient Egypt. And I think it's quite self-explanatory.
Yeah,
I
I guess
see
so,
his
but
take on it.
yeah, that'll be interesting, this.
Let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
Well, now you've done it. You fell down a weird witch's wormhole and landed yourself in ancient Egypt. So, can you survive? Let's find out.
Probably absolutely not. I'd assume.
Probably.
The first thing you might ask is, which ancient Egypt? Because the entirety of ancient Egypt spanned across several thousands of years with quite a few different eras. Let's go with, the iconic New Kingdom, the height of Egyptian power and influence, and the most documented for research purposes. How convenient. Since you made it to this video, I'm going to assume that you're not a literal mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, fragile infant. So you can give yourself a pat on your freshly whipped back, because you've already survived the hardest part, childhood. Being a kid wasn't easy. Since they didn't have any fancy beeping machines to hook moms up to and keep babies alive, infant mortality rates were extremely high. 20 to 50% of babies didn't make it out the womb. If you survived being born, next up was surviving the world. Much harder. With things like disease, hunger, and other environmental factors out to get you, it's not going to be a stroll through Easyville. I mean, some of these kids look so frail you could practically see their blinking health bar. Hang in there, guys. Oh, bummer. Your main duty as a kid is to help out the family that brought you into this world. We're talking chores, taking care of your siblings, protecting the farm, learning the family business, everything necessary for survival. As far as food, it's whatever mama and papa could scrape together, which is mainly bread, milk, fruits, and veggies. Ever have half an onion on dry bread with warm milk? It's actually pretty disgusting, but it's what keeps you growing. Because if you don't eat, well... And hey, if your papa has a high enough fishing level, he could bring home a pretty sweet catfish to tear into. Get that protein. Your mother, assuming she survived slopping you out of her belly, would feed and care for your ungrateful ass. But none of that is applicable since you just got orphaned by the space-time continuum. Before we take a look at what to do next, let's see where you would fit in the grand scheme of society, because everyone has their place. Ancient Egyptian society worked in a hierarchy with rich and powerful guys at the top and everyone else at the not top. So really no change from the modern world. The head honcho around these parts is the pharaoh. He's the divine king and whatever he says, goes. Subscribe. Just under him are his closest bros and advisors. Then we have an educated and skilled middle class, and then a laboring lower class with slaves and servants at the bottom, which were usually foreign prisoners of war. Since there's a 95% chance that you'd stick out like a turd in a punch bowl amongst a well-tanned, weird-talking population, you'd probably be captured and sold into slavery. Tough break, outsider. But let's assume you can convince the xenophobic guards that you're one cool dude. Hey, I'm one cool dude. It worked. Time to get a job. Since you can't speak Wingdings 3, you're gonna have to prove your worth through manual labor. Luckily, there's plenty of job to choose from like farming and... Over 90% of all ancient Egyptians were farmers, so there's plenty of friends and rivals to be made. You know, see who could grow the best onions or whatever it is farmers did for fun. Finger each other's cabbages, I don't know. But your absolute best friend is the Nile River, which is your #1 source of delicious brown water for your crops. Just don't taste test it. Thankfully, the application process to work on a farm is no more than moving a rock from here to there. And with your stellar gamer build, you can easily get the job done. Just remember to lift entirely with your back. As a bonus, you can read and write, not in hieroglyphics, but in cooler things like letters and numbers, perfect for taking your own notes. You're hired. Now you can get to work and earn that bread. But since the Persians haven't invaded yet and introduced proper currency, you'll be working for literal bread. So you slave away for months on Bahir's family wheat farm, eating your brown bread and sandy beer dinners while sleeping on a filthy, crusty, dusty dirt floor. Watch out for snakes, they bite. Day in and day out, you swing your sickles and your hoes, dreaming about the hoes you left behind, taking extra caution not to get too distracted. Oh, looks like you cut off Bahir's arm. Bahir will remember that. It's then you look down and notice some squishing between your toesies. The ground's getting rather moist. Ah, the Nile's flooding, you say to no one. After you finish fighting off the invading river rats using your +7 strength copper sword, it's time to pause the farming grind and try your hand at construction while the Nile does its thing. Oh look, the pharaoh wants you to help build a new pyramid. Lucky you. Since you have countless hours placing virtual cobblestone under your belt, this sounds like a pretty sweet gig. Just keep an eye out, because sometimes it's not yourself that you need to watch out for. Daily labor is just part of your worry though, because you still have diseases like slaves are the hot and trending collectible at the time. You could even trade them to your friends if you're feeling generous enough. I got trachoma. Pfft, well, I've got first edition smallpox, check it out. With your 21st century wrinkle brain, you know that you need to keep clean to prevent disease, so you take a dip in the Nile to wash your many crevices. Just downstream of the laundry, which is downstream of the town's dumping grounds. Uh-oh, looks like you picked up a friend. A parasitic flatworm went and crawled up your roundworm.
There you go.
And now you have schistosomiasis. With that comes a fever and...
Little pause there.
Yeah.
Smooth as usual. Yeah, you've got absolutely no chance, do you?
It doesn't sound like it, does it? It doesn't look particularly attractive place to be, that's for sure.
I don't even think our knowledge, obviously because in this scenario it's us going back, would help you even that much. Besides going, that's a stupid idea.
If you could actually go back, that'd be absolutely horrifying, wouldn't it? When you think of all the creature comforts you've got now, all the modern things, even just things like electricity and things like that. Well, clean running water.
There's nothing in this room that would be... there.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a single thing. We're talking to a camera right now. Like there's
some things would be great. I mean, if you could go back to times like that, like take a torch, things like that, you'd be treated like a god, wouldn't you? Like instant light from a torch.
Like,
you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be incredible.
Like, there's a joke that's like, what's the thing that would scare like a Victorian child the most?
Yeah.
It's like, you can show them like bulbs and stuff like that because they have that. But you show them like an iPhone and their head will fall off.
Oh, yeah, big time, yeah.
You try and explain what Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
It's just little waves that you can't see in the air and you go...
Really?
Waves?
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What god are you talking to here?
Yeah.
But
yeah, you go pre-industrial revolution, and it's some of the things that we have now. Really, when you think back, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Plumbing,
just plumbing, things like that. It's just
save water.
Things are so different these days. They really are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And in times like this, it's amazing that sort of humanity survived in a way. Like,
big time.
There's so many sort of areas that you can look at, like. Probably from like Tudor time onwards, you'll go like, yeah, but they had like structures, and then,
you can see things coming along, can't you?
Yeah.
Things sort of advancing slightly.
Medicine's slowly getting there in Greece.
Yeah, and science, things like that.
Yeah, they're trying things, but back then it's just like, just try and get through the day.
But it's still amazing going back and you see the pyramids that they built, and you just still think, how?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
It's just like, well, how many is there? Like 4 or 5?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, but
I think there's 3.
Yeah.
But then you go getting 1 done, and then going right. Let's see, like how else?
Yeah.
And then trying to. It's good in this video how they go. He brings up points that you wouldn't think of, like, oh, you have to farm for a bit, and then the Nile floods.
Yeah.
So then what do you do?
What do you do after that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that could just kill all your crops if the water's dirty enough. And contaminate everything. Then
you can't just go and work part time at the local supermarket, can you? And things like that. So it's
you work or you die. That's it.
Different times, honestly. I wonder what the sort of like life expectancy was. I bet it's pretty low. A few thousand years ago.
20 to
20, 30, 40. I mean, I think if you're in your 40s, you'd be probably classed as like the village elder,
wouldn't
you?
If you go grey, you've done really well for yourself.
No, big time.
You're a wisdom elder.
Yeah.
Sort of,
That's what I'd be, mate.
Aggressive diarrhea. And since we're in ancient times, you know what that means. But little wriggling worms aren't the only threats you face. Like the infected fellas a minute back found out, there were many different diseases sickening up the land. The most popular being tuberculosis, smallpox, and malaria. These guys would make sure that your stay in ancient Egypt would be a quick one, so be sure to swat some skeeters and tell your neighbors to cover their coughs for Ra's sake. Oh, sorry, I thought that there was a mosquito on you. Yeah, you too. Anyway, you get back to chiseling some sandstone blocks and, oh, looks like you caught Pharaoh checking out the goods. He admires your strong physique, attention to hygiene, and glistening back sweat. He even heard about your conquering of the river rats, and he's impressed. Those are some good qualities. Good qualities for a soldier. You just got bumped up a few societal ranks. Look at you go. Oh, Pharaoh wants to expand his empire. Well, now your promotion makes sense. Time to go to war. Being a soldier can't be too hard, right? You just pick up a shield and a sword and swing it a little. After all, people are just bigger rats. Oh, sweet, they even have the cool curved swords.
Curved swords?
It's called a khopesh, and boy does it hurt. But if swinging a sword ain't your style, you could opt for something a little less slashy and a little bit more stabby. If you want to poke someone further away but still want to be close enough to revel in their death, I recommend a spear or javelin. If you really have the urge to stab someone at least a few thousand scarabs away, go for the simple and sweet bow and arrow. It never fails. Unless you miss. Alright, time to step onto the sandy battlefield and fight for a country you just fell into. The enemies of the day are the Sea Peoples. No one really knows who they were, and they most likely came from somewhere north of the Mediterranean. But Pharaoh don't give a good gosh dang. They've been flaunting their stupid looking boats and shit for the last time.
Fuck you, Egypt!
Oh, it's so on. Now, the first thing you're gonna want to do is... Oh, damn. Alright, let's try that again. Respawn. Okay, quick time dodge the arrow, fire your own. Oh, nice shot. Good arc, stable flight, and... Ugh, right on target. Good job murdering that guy with absolutely no complex backstory or family that he was fighting to protect from invaders. To him, you were the bad guy. But hey, war is hell, isn't it? You keep popping off shots and taking out numerous expendable enemy NPCs. While you continue to just riddle the battlefield with arrows, you notice something in your peripheral. Not something, someone. Oh, hey Bahir, didn't know you were a soldier. Oh, thank God. It was just a dream.
There you go.
Very good.
Whoa. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well,
It's a very silly channel.
it's very much so, yeah.
Very silly.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably don't understand half the references in that video.
Quite possibly, yeah.
It's probably that's one for me. It's one for the old Gen Z there.
Yeah.
But I do like how he puts. You can tell there's thought put into the video in terms of the ranking system and things like that.
Oh, yeah,
and
big time.
Explaining not each row, but
Yeah.
a little bit like this is quite a quick video. But the general gist is just good luck.
Still sort of surprises me slightly where you still got things like so long ago, still things like smallpox and tuberculosis.
Yeah.
No, even malaria. Malaria's been going since like God knows how long, thousands of years, hasn't it? I mean, I think they're a bit more on top of malaria now. I think they can treat it better, can't they?
I think there is some sort of vaccine, but I don't think it's like a.
That's right.
Like a stopper. I think it's just like a treatable one.
Yeah.
So like it might just bump.
I think it's a lot more treatable than it used to be anyway, isn't it? And it's got things to be able to fight it these days. But some others like TB and, you think, they're still going, you think they would have like eradicated certain ones by now.
I think I had my TB when I was like 15.
Yeah. I probably did as well, actually. But,
yeah, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, but at least there's a vaccine for it, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
It still amazes me how things like that are still around. With when you've got a vaccine for it, you think it'd be sort of like wiped out eventually, wouldn't you? But I'm guessing certain countries where they don't have the vaccine,
exactly,
it's still sort of prevalent. But
I wonder how much, like in terms of sort of what's the worth of the land there and things like that. Like how much does currency weigh in that way?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like how much is one gold doubloon at the time, or shilling? What can that get you in ancient Egypt? Because it seems like the goods weren't even changed for currency; it was just other goods.
I think it was other goods, and I think
the
big thing was food, wasn't it? People make bread and then they give that or sell that as a currency sort of thing and get something in return. But I think a huge thing in those days was just actually surviving, wasn't it? Like they say, I
just don't know how if you can survive past like 10 years old, how do you have enough water? Like how do you decontaminate water besides finding maybe a fresh spring? But are you going to get a fresh spring in Egypt?
I'm guessing in those days that you build up an immunity to certain parasites and bugs. I think you'd have to, wouldn't you? Otherwise,
if you drink now water, then maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the Nile probably. You'd think it probably wasn't as dirty as it is now.
No.
Because there wouldn't be sort of any factories and stuff like that polluting it.
I mean, you could,
So
you
think
could
it,
boil
you think
it.
it'd be, yeah.
But
Was it a thing in those days? Is that did they know to boil it? It would.
How much is a cast iron pot worth?
They could tell. Well,
Exactly.
Where'd you stop
and
in it?
you
Really?
can just always go back.
Yeah.
I think I mean, those sort of times in history are just really fun to sort of delve back into.
Yeah.
From a very above ground, like, well, we don't have to do with any of that.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a bottle of water from a spring there.
I know, yeah.
Miles away.
I know, yeah.
You get it for about £1, and you go, well, life isn't that bad.
But like I said, the hierarchy was still there, wasn't the king at the top and then
Oh,
people all the
God.
way down to
Slaves at the bottom.
the thing, people at the bottom. Some things never change,
Some
do they?
things never change, yeah.
Incredible.
But an interesting watch.
Yeah, good video. Yeah, super.
That's one. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.